Hi, everybody. So this week, the sun is moving into Human Design Gate 60, the gate of acceptance. And this is the energy to problem solve and transcend the limitations that are in front of you. And that starts by accepting where you're at, accepting those limitations. So this energy is kind of one of the harder ones to understand, I think. So I'm going to break it down for you. There are times in our life where we might feel stalled or limited, like we can't make forward progress. And when that is the case, accepting where you're at can be very helpful. And while you're just accepting that, it's like this pressure from the root builds and builds and builds. And it's this pressure to change and mutate and overcome those limitations, to think outside the box. So an example of this is I had a health coaching client who was a mom of two and in executive, working 50 to 60 hours a week. And so she really needed rest, right? But she had this limiting belief, this limitation that she couldn't rest because if she did, she wouldn't be as valuable of an employee. Also, rather than using the time she did have to rest, she felt like she had to take care of her children. But in reality, we all need that rest to sort of recalibrate and recharge, right? I mentioned before, you need the energy that is productive to build, right? And if you just keep going and going and going, it's like that energy just keeps falling and falling and falling. So we used the Theta Healing technique to overcome that limitation. We changed her belief that rest is not productive. And now she is doing a lot better. Her work hours are shorter. She spends more time for herself while still giving herself the time to be there for her kids, right? It is possible. Anything is possible. You don't even have to use Theta Healing to transcend limits, right? Sometimes it's just a matter of thinking outside the box. So I had a client who wanted a job promotion and didn't get it, and she was crushed. She felt depressed, and she came to me, and we realized, when she accepted where she was at and accepted those limitations, she could start to think of new ways to improve her situation. She could go look for other jobs now, and maybe those jobs would be better suited to her anyway. Or she could go to the hiring manager and ask where she could improve, right? And then take that information and build on it, become stronger in the areas where maybe she was weaker, right? The possibilities are infinite. We are all creative geniuses. We just have to remember that, right? Rather than getting bogged down in victimhood, like I'm stuck where I am. So if this resonates with you, if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below. My dog just sneezed. That's the noise that was in the background. You can also send me a message, book a Theta Healing or a human design session with me at my website, alyssahan.com. I would love to help you transcend those limitations. It's one of the things I do best. I have gate 60 connected to gate 3, the gate of ordering. And so I help people mutate and transcend their limitations as a part of my work. All right, take care and have a good week.